either one, that essentially that there were no photos.
Bought 2 burner phones. We went up on those phones.
Good morning. Good morning, mis amigos. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Hey, Tavonda. Good to see you. I've missed you. We've missed you. Welcome back, Tavonda. All right, guys. So, luckily, Belinda was here this morning, so she could fix all the tech, but it's every morning I have to fix the tech. It's so annoying. Just drives me crazy. All right. Let's get into the chisme. Where do I want to start? Let me start with a good news story, because we need some of that in our lives. I have a dear friend named Tavonda. She's on live right now. And we were chatting it up, and she's talking about trying to find a job. And I said, send me your resume. I'll build one for you. So I came in and I dropped my magic. And then I sent her the resume, and she sent it to someone, and she had a job interview the next day. Now, I knew I was good at writing resumes. I did. But it turns out I'm still good at writing resumes. So if y'all need a resume refresh, holler, okay? I can do it. I will charge, but not much. It's not that difficult. If you already have a resume, it won't cost you that much. Okay, Tavonda is my first client, and she can testify to the power of a lcadilac resume. All right, so I was really excited about that. It's been a good week for me. I have a big trial on Tuesday, and I've been preparing for the trial. And if any of you know Virgos, we kind of just fall off the face of the earth when we have a big project, especially if it has like a looming deadline. So you probably won't see me in my human form again till after the trial's over. Next Friday, I'll be here. I'll be back to being human. The trial should be, I'm hoping, done by Wednesday. Never know, though. Wish me luck. All right. Let us start. Actually, first I want to start with the Cardi B trial. I didn't know that Cardi B was going to be having a trial. It just like popped up in my YouTube. And I have no idea, is this a lawsuit? Is this a prosecution? So if y'all know, please give me what is going on? Is she being sued? If she's being prosecuted, I would think she wouldn't have got up and testified. But I saw some clips of her Let me see if I can get it. Here we go. She actually cracked my ass up, okay? She cracked me up. This is all I've really seen out of it, okay? Her wigs are on point, though. I heard whoever is this I don't know, is she being charged with crime? Someone tell me, y'all. Anyhow, I heard this guy said something about her wigs. It's ridiculous. They look fabulous. They're fire. She wears a new wig every day that looks like real hair. It's amazing. My only complaint, I don't love this piercing. It creeps me out. I don't really like facial piercings. This like really creeps me out, like near your eye. Ugh. All right, so here's some of the testimony. Is it a civil case? Is it, I don't know.
Because I'm pregnant, and this girl's
Okay, well, let's.
Why were you upset?
because I'm pregnant, and this girl's about to beat my.
would have given to be on this jury. Oh, we're gonna talk about Donna Adelson in a minute and how much I don't want to be on that jury, but oh my god, this would be a delight. It would be hilarious to see this live. Oh my god.
Hello.
Cardi B
Hello.
getting agitated on this second day on the witness stand during cross-examination by the plaintiff's attorney, and the case
Okay, plaintiff's attorney. That means it's a lawsuit. Got it. Civil case.
surrounding a civil suit filed against the Grammy Award-winning rapper, accusing her of assault. Cardi B arguing. Security guard Imani Ellis was trying to record her entering her OBGYN's office in Beverly Hills in 2018.
And I believe that. I believe this security guard lady was trying to film Cardi walk into the gyno, have her monthly appointment with her OB-GYN, the guy who's woman, whatever, is going to deliver her baby. And what a violation of your privacy and security by a security guard. I believe that. I believe that.
While she was visibly pregnant. Cardi B saying
Security guards thinking, oh, I could sell this to TMZ. Oh, I could make some money off this. Trust.
she and the security guard had a heated argument, and she feared it could have escalated into something much more dangerous.
Are you disabled? Yes or no?
At that moment, when you're pregnant, I'm very disabled.
Technically, pregnancy is counted as a disability. So, she's correct. She was disabled at the moment.
You want me to tell you the things I can't do?
Fine. What was your
Jury. This has got to be the most entertaining trial of all time.
your disability on February 24th of 2018? What was your disability?
I was pregnant. I couldn't protect myself, even if I wanted to. She's like twice my size.
No problem. You used it.
Cardi had body shamed her in her yelling. Hey, another CG, welcome. So apparently, Cardi yelled at her that she's a B and apparently used racial slurs, but I don't believe that. And then, allegedly, this lady says Cardi attacked her and she had to get plastic surgery because of it. Honestly, don't film pregnant women. Don't film a pregnant lady without her permission, especially a girl who you know is like Cardi. Like Cardi says in her songs. But okay, take that risk, lady.
The F word during that fight, didn't you?
Yes.
What other words did you use? Tell us in your own words what you said.
I said in my face. Why are you in my face? Why are you recording me? Ain't you supposed to be security?
Tell it to her now. Go ahead.
Huh?
Say it again. Say it.
Your Honor.
You want me to say it to
I
her
want
face?
you to tell it to her face what you said on that day so she can hear it for
The
herself
objection
again.
is sustained.
She's already heard it.
Ellis arguing during her testimony that Cardi B attacked and assaulted her during the altercation, striking her on her head, face, and body, spat on her, shouted racial slurs, and claims the rapper got her fired from her job. Ellis also claimed
If you are a security guard and you are filming people walk into their doctor's office, you should be fired. You should be fired. All right, so that's my update on Cardi because I don't know a whole lot. I guess it's a lawsuit. I think it sounds hilarious. I would not mind serving that jury duty. But you know whose jury duty I would not like to be on? Donna Adelson. All right, so let's talk about Donna. We've talked about her before. I've been covering this. She, broad picture, her daughter is divorcing her husband, who is a lawyer slash professor at FSU Law. Okay. The husband, okay, well, hold on, let me backtrack. Donna's daughter is Wendy, Wendy wants to move to be closer to Donna, lines up a job, tries to go to court to get to be moved. It's squash. She ain't moving. All right. So Donna and her son Charlie, who's an oral surgeon, the dad is a dentist. The oldest son, who Donna doesn't like, is an ENT in New York. Then there's Charlie, and he's an oral surgeon. Him and Donna are like thick as thieves. And then there's Wendy, who's off in Tallahassee, raising her 2 children. Donna wants the kids closer to her. Charlie is dating this girl who has a baby with a Latin king. And somehow they come to hire said Latin kings. Wendy, the sister, starts dating this guy, and testimony this week revealed that every time Wendy's boyfriend, the guy she's dating, goes out of town, the Latin king baby daddy rents a car that looks like the boyfriend's car and is in town to attempt to kill the ex-husband. So the final day, right before his life is actually taken. Oh, and they didn't even do a good job. They shot him in the head, but he lived for 14 hours. I don't get this, guys. Like, again, these people, like Yella Beezy, he paid $2 million for the Mo3 hit, for the Mo3 hit. For $2 million, you should be getting some James Bond shit. Not gunning him down in the middle of the highway. These guys shot this dude twice in the head, and the dude lived for 14 hours. 14 hours. Unbelievable. Okay, so the new boyfriend of Wendy was supposed to go on a Friday to Tennessee for a work thing, and then him and Wendy broke up. But then she was like, wait, are you going tomorrow? And then started asking him these weird details. And then he left Thursday night, and his like tire blew out or something, so he has evidence that he was gone on Thursday night. Thank God, because as it turns out, they were trying to frame him. They're having the hitmen get cars that look like dude's car. They're having the hitman go when dude is out of town. The craziest thing is they're in front of him, asking him questions about, do kids have memory? Does this, does that? I mean, it's fucking nuts, y'all. It is nuts. It is nuts. So on Monday, Wendy testified. I don't know how great of a job she did. I don't know if anyone has any opinions. But for me, if I was a juror, Monday would be a nightmare. Because basically on Monday, you're just going over a messy divorce. Like, I, as a human, have no interest in hearing about people's messy divorces. Like, I just don't. Like, don't have me come be a juror. They shot up there. Oh, yeah, they shot a car. There. Okay. All right, so let's look at this. This is Wendy.
50-50 or something else?
It would have been roughly 50-50.
Okay, and were you mixing it up during the week, or was it a week on, week off situation?
It wasn't week on, week off. We didn't settle into that until the first summer, or maybe the second summer. I don't remember. That was.
How boring is this? If you're a juror, hearing about their custody arrangement. I mean, come on.
And including, quote, accusing you and your mother of making zero efforts to facilitate communication between he and the kids. Did you forward this email to your mother?
I don't remember if I did or not.
She did.
And During this time period, did Dan Markel send you quite a few emails pleading with you to play nice? For example, March 7th of 2013, Wendy, I really regret that things have gotten to the place where they are. Do you think we could try to resolve more issues directly with each other to prevent so much of the unnecessary tension and cost?
I get that this is the background, right? Like, this is the background of what happened, but oh my God, it's so boring. Like, ugh. All right, let's see. Let's like watch her cross for a minute.
This time period we're talking about, your mother lived in, where did you say, Coral Springs?
Coral Springs.
And where is that in relation to Miami?
It's Broward County, so it's the county north of Dade County, which is.
Hey, we know Broward County. We know someone in Broward County that's been held indefinitely, don't we?
Where Miami is.
And in Broward County, that's like where Fort Lauderdale is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and their dentist practice that they had that's been referred to, Adelson Institute.
Yes.
That was located in Broward County, correct?
It was, yes.
Not far from where your parents lived.
Yes, in Tamarack, so close to Coral Springs.
Okay. And at some point, they got the place down in Miami, right?
Yes.
So what they were doing was they would work Monday through Thursday and stay at their home in Coral Springs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
then they would go and spend the weekend at the place in Miami. Is that right?
I don't think every weekend, but some weekends.
Some of them. Okay.
Yeah,
Must
And
be
you visited
nice.
there.
I did.
Must be nice. Oh, no, let's see.
In 2012, they would have been 2 and 3.
Okay. And you, Danny was there, and you actually asked your mom if she'd go out to coffee with you. You remember that?
I don't remember that.
And you told her then that you were going to leave Danny and get a divorce, didn't you?
That sounds right, but I don't remember that.
Okay. And in fact, she suggested counseling to you, and you told her you guys had already been in counseling and it didn't work. Isn't that right?
We had been in counseling and it hadn't worked, but again, I don't. This sounds like something
Okay.
that could
so,
have happened, but I just don't
Again,
remember.
this is back when the guy is killed is in 2014, so we're talking 12 years ago. The thing with Donna is that the police arrested her on her way to board a flight to Vietnam. Now, we have talked about this, y'all. We have talked about this. What is Vietnam? It is a non-extradition country. Okay, so you have a 70-something-year-old lady and an 80-year-old man boarding a plane to Vietnam. Why are old-ass mofos going to Vietnam? You know how humid let me look up Vietnam's weather right now. You know how humid and hot? I mean, I guess they are Floridians. Vietnam weather right now. 79 degrees with 94% humidity. Nobody chooses at 70 and 80 to go live in a more hot and humid place than they already live, where they don't even know the language, that just happens to be a non-extradition country. She should have left as soon as Charlie was sentenced, but she waited around to see if they were going to prosecute her. So let's hear from this poor boyfriend who's on day 3. I mean, I really feel for this poor guy. He kind of seems like a simp as it is, and then they basically try to frame him. So let's. By the way, his car in 14 when this is going on is the 04 Nissan Sentra.
That you had with Wendy Adelson on, gosh, have I gone backwards in time here? It was the day before her birthday. What was the date of that?
We were scheduled to have a date day before her birthday is April 21st. We were scheduled to have kind of a special date night that night. Wendy didn't answer her phone, didn't answer texts, and I got so concerned about her. A few hours after the date was supposed to have started, I just drove over there to check on her, knocked on the door for a while. She finally came to the door. Appeared to be intoxicated, and not just on alcohol. I mean, weary-eyed. I'm not sure what substances, but it wasn't good. She wanted me to stay, and I was annoyed enough that I actually just left. I didn't stay the night. So.
Okay, so I kind of got our timeline out of order, but some erratic behavior from her on April 21st, and then again on June 4th.
That's right.
Okay. I'm going to approach and show you a text message that was sent on June 28th of 2014.
As I recall, the ex was, his life was taken in July.
Yeah, you showed this to me last week.
All right, and this message had never been shown to you before last week, right?
Right.
And it's been testified that this
Who's
was
another CG? Who's
when-
Adam Savage? You know who he reminds me of? This guy. Fuck, I don't remember his name. I don't know who Adam Savage is. Oh, I almost had the name. Fuck. Okay, dude was killed on July 18th. These dates are significant, though. The June and the April, and we're gonna see why. But God, what was the dude? Oh, the Mythbusters guy. I could see that. Oh, why can't I remember his name? There was this great. He was like a comedian, but he also was like on the VH1 sobriety shows. I'll think of it. Okay, let's get back into this.
the Adelson to her brother Rob Adelson, but it concerns you.
Yes.
Is there anything factually incorrect in what Wendy Adelson is stating in that text message?
Oh, you see how he has to look like around his glasses? I've reached that age, guys. This is me reading. My birthday is like just over 21 days from now. I'm gonna be 44, and I'm feeling it. Especially when I'm trying to read. You could tell someone is over 42 if they do this, what he's doing right here. This is a sure sign. I had a deposition on Wednesday, and the opposing counsel wears glasses, but like he took them off to read. To me, that's crazy. Like I can't read anything unless I have my glasses on. And he said, I said to him, are you reading without your glasses? We're all old people in this room at this point. Like, are you really able to read? He said, yeah, these are for distance. Oh, you lucky mofo. You lucky ass mofo. Not me. And I don't even really have that bad of eyes, but I think it's like the sugar, like the placebo pill, like in my mind, if they're not on my face, I can't see anything. But even if they are on my face, I'm trying to read. This is me. Oh well, at least I look good for 44. All right, this poor guy. I shouldn't make fun of him because what they did to him is terrible. He's never going to be able to date again. He's going to have to go to so much therapy. It's really terrible what they've done. Let's just watch.
Well, he says I haven't told mom and dad about me. I met them multiple times. It's impossible that they didn't know we were dating. For example, I was aware that Donna wasn't thrilled that I wasn't Jewish. You know, so that doesn't add it. This doesn't make sense to me in terms of like seeing me for 6 or 7 months.
So
And
in that text message, she's saying, that you're a secret boyfriend from the parents. Were you a secret boyfriend from the parents at that time?
it's implausible. No, I don't think so.
In fact, you'd met the parents several times.
Yeah, and had conversations with them, limited conversations, but conversations. And the other part that's really significant is the kids talked about me constantly. I have all kinds of text messages and emails where Wendy's mentioning the kids are down in South Florida talking about me.
Judge, at this time I'd ask to move into evidence states 141. Next to a disagreement that occurred with Wendy Adelson on June 29th of 2014. Do you recall that incident?
I do.
Okay. And at that time, did you confront Wendy about some suspicions you had that she was seeing other men?
Yeah, that was part of it. That was the main part of the disagreement. I also had spent the last 2 or 3 months concerned that she seemed to be stringing me along.
Where did the fight occur?
The fight occurred in Gainesville.
Okay, and I say fight, it was a verbal disagreement.
It was verbal disagreement, and argument's not even the right word. We just exchanged words, yeah.
Okay, and did that exchange of words lead to an awkward drive together back to Tallahassee?
It did, a very awkward drive back to Tallahassee.
And that was?
It's the morning of it's 29th or 30th. It's the 30th, the morning of the 30th.
Morning of June 30th.
Yeah.
Okay, quick question, guys. What do you think about this prosecutor's voice and her tone? Personally, I like it. I like how, like, monotonous, like, it's very monotone, it's very calm. I really like that. But Lynn said she wouldn't like it. Like, if she's a juror and she had to sit there through this, she would be bored as hell.
Yes.
What do you think?
Okay. And of your relationship over the next couple weeks?
Yeah. Well, we left that, when I left on the 30th, when he was clear that it wasn't over, but it wasn't great that we'd had this exchange either. So over the next couple weeks, we had phone calls, text messages, video chats with the kids. My take was, seems like it's probably going to be okay, but I didn't know.
Why is her new boyfriend video chatting with her children?
For sure. It did string the relationship out another couple weeks when it easily could have ended.
When was the next time you saw her in person?
July 13th.
All right, so about, I guess that's the Sunday before the murder, is that right?
That's correct.
Is that what you think? You think she sounds like a teacher? I don't think she sounds like a teacher. I think she sounds, I don't know what she sounds like, but I don't get the teacher vibe. I get like you know, in Peanuts, how their teacher's like, wah, 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 wah. It kind of sounds like that a little to me.
And where did you see her?
We went to dinner and a movie. I picked her up at her house at Aqua Ridge. We went to dinner and a movie and then returned there.
Okay, well, we're on the topic of Aqua Ridge. I'm going to approach and show you what's been. Aqua Ridge. So we're on the disagreement, didn't see her for a while, saw her on July 13th. And you were at her residence. What was the plan for that evening?
I didn't know. It was just to spend time together and maybe talk about the relationship some, but we were conversing. We had conversations.
Were the kids?
Personally, I don't want to sit around and talk about our relationship. I'm not trying to do that. I don't like that. I'm definitely not inviting you over to my house to sit around and talk about our relationship.
Was there that night?
They were not.
Okay, so it was just the two of you at the residence?
Just the two of us.
All right, and did the subject of relocation come up?
Yes.
In what context?
It came up in the context of whenever Wendy got back from Miami, she was always very upset about the fact that the relocation had previously been denied. I mean, it had been legally denied, but she wasn't over it. It was a constant refrain about how much she hated Tallahassee. So we're talking about the future of our relationship.
Okay, now, I didn't show you, but Wendy had testified the day before that she didn't mind that she wasn't going to be able to relocate. She said that when they stipulated that it was a final judgment, because she did stipulate to that when upon the stipulation, she was over it. That's what she testified. So now we're getting testimony from this guy. He didn't see her testimony, right? He's saying she's still very upset.
Relationship.
Something to
I'm
note.
asking, are you going to be here? because with the constant complaining about how hard it was on her parents to transport the kids and just the constant complaining, I was just thinking, is she even going to be here? Is it worth trying to push forward in the relationship?
I mean, when?
And she said,
There are actual human beings, like, across the world that live in situations with no running water, no sanitation, no sewage system, no electricity. And these people are crying about having to drive to see their grandkids. I mean, come on. Oh, they would, when they got to Vietnam, they would have been faced with a whole new reality. Let me tell you that. They would have been faced with a whole new reality. And all this whining about, oh, I had to drive to see my grandkids. That's why traveling the world helps you. It really puts into perspective the infrastructure of the United States and how blessed we are that we're not going to die from malaria. Pretty basic shit, right? Okay.
the only way that I'd ever relocate is if something would have to happen to Danny.
Subject to the same ruling as the other matters that do have.
Never be able to relocate is if something happened to Danny, was the first statement.
Okay, and did she mention anything further about something happening to Danny?
Can I give the context before the next?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was getting a little tired of this whole drama around the relocation. And so I pushed back on Wendy a little bit and said, like, you're going to have to kind of make your peace with this. You're going to have to take some responsibility for this. You're linked to Dan Markell for life.
And you're the one that decided to divorce him, so I don't know how you thought you could just run away with his kids, especially since you're an attorney, so you should have an understanding of the law.
Kind of challenged her a little bit. And she said, well, can I tell you something confidentially? And I said, sure. And she said, last summer, well, can I tell you something in confidence? Sure. Well, last summer, my brother looked into all options possible to take care of the Denny Markell problem, including hiring a hitman, and it would cost about $15,000.
Okay, and when she referred to her brother, she's got...
That's cheap compared to what Yalabizi paid.
2 of those, right?
She said Charlie.
Okay. And when she said Charlie looked into hiring a hitman, are you familiar with Charlie's joke? I looked into hiring a hitman, but got you a TV as a divorced president because it was cheaper.
Yeah, Wendy had told me that joke a couple of times. This was not that joke.
Okay, so this was something different.
Yeah, the joke was said with levity. It's a dark joke, but well, this I found chilling. I found disturbing. It made my stomach flip. It kind of took me aback. It was, she was dead serious when she said this, and she'd asked to tell me in confidence, which you don't do before you tell a joke.
Okay. So I want to take you to the next day then. So we're at July 14th, the Monday before the murder.
Yes.
Did you see Wendy Adelson on that date?
Yes. We had contact throughout.
Okay, July 14th, 4 days before the final actual ending of Dan Markell's life.
The day trying to arrange some kind of date. It kind of ebbed and flowed. But she was real enthusiastic about seeing me at one point, and then like mid-afternoon, let's just meet at yoga is what was decided. So we went to yoga.
Okay.
He looks like he does yoga.
What happened after yoga?
Hey, Brownie. Welcome. Glad to see you.
I was wondering why we were at yoga, because when he was being very strange, I felt like the relationship was over. She wasn't feeling well. I'm not a big yoga guy, so I didn't understand why we were at yoga.
Listen to me. I thought he looked like a yoga guy. Such a jerk.
For like 80 minutes, stretching. But then when we left yoga, we barely spoke, and I was just getting a vibe that this is over. Tried to talk about the relationship. Didn't go very well. It was pretty clear to me. My internal thoughts were like, well, this is over. And she didn't want to spend time with me the rest of the week, so I just put my hands up like this. I remember this vividly, and just turned around and walked away.
Where were you when that was happening?
We're in the parking lot of Journeys Yoga over by Winn-Dixie.
Okay, so you have your 2 respective vehicles there, and
yes.
You're parting ways.
Yes.
Hey,
okay.
Amy. Oh my God, the whole gang is here today. I'm excited. Go get in this chat. Let's talk. I've been missing y'all. I've been missing all of y'all.
What happens as you walk away?
Get about 10, 15 feet away from her, and she calls after me. I turn around, and she had a series of detailed questions about what I would be doing on Friday. I had a trip to Tennessee planned, and she wanted to know if I was going on that trip, and she wanted to know what route I would be taking. And if I didn't go on the trip, why wouldn't I go on the trip? And I answered the questions as best I could, but I was confused why, at that moment, she wanted to know the details of.
Yeah, so Wendy ends it with him and now wants all of the details of his trip to Tennessee. What? Why do you need to know the details of like when I'm leaving? So he is so like, I don't know if he had an instinct or what it was, but he is so fortunate that he left on Tuesday instead of Friday. Or sorry, he left on Wednesday instead of Friday like he was supposed to. They were absolutely using him as a cover. Every time he went out of town, they used him as a cover. Every time he went out of town, the hitmen attempted their hit. Every time. Okay, so I don't remember how or why, but there was a wiretap done of the Adelsons. I guess there became some evidence that maybe they were involved. So the government does the wiretap, and the next, day 4, day 5, and now today is day 6, are listening to wiretap phone calls while simultaneously viewing the transcript. If I was a juror, this would be me. Oh my God. This is not as entertaining as Cardi B by any means. Like, this is so boring, y'all. It is so boring. But ultimately, the way Donna went down is because Charlie, her son, runs his mother effing mouth left and right anywhere he can. He sits around and talks about it and this and that and the probability they'll get caught and so on. I mean, it is ridiculous. Okay, like here. Let's go here.
Was this? I should bring cash. I don't have much cash to bring.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see if I have money.
All right. Now, there's already been testimony. Remember that Donna and her husband have a home in Coral Gables or whatever the fuck it is, and they have a home in Miami. Okay, so they have 2 homes. Her husband's been a dentist pretty much their entire marriage, his entire career. One of their son's a doctor, another son's a dentist or oral surgeon, daughter's a lawyer, okay? These are not poor people. These are not the kind of people who say, I'll see if I have money for dinner. Okay. 10 years ago, Lord Cadillac would be like, I'll see if I have money to afford dinner. Okay. I just started my business. I'm paying for a whole family. You know, I have employees. I'm now in my mid-40s, as we discussed earlier. I know I have money for dinner. I don't ever have to think about, do I have enough money to pay for dinner? Unless, like, we're going to, like, I don't know, like $1,000 dinner place or whatever, then I'm gonna stop and think. But I don't really go to 1,000. I'm like, you know, $30 a person is like the most expensive I really eat. How the f- is Donna saying, I'll have to see if I have money for dinner? Well, there's only one way. If dinner doesn't mean dinner. If dinner doesn't mean dinner. This woman can afford dinner. This woman can go to Fleming's. This woman can go to, what do they call? I don't even know. one of those expensive Michelin, whatever craps. I don't know. I don't need fancy food. I need good food. So, like, if it comes off a street cart and it's good, we're good, okay? I just need good food. So I don't know what those Michelin stars or whatever, but Donna doesn't even have to think about that, okay? She can afford a Michelin star dinner. So when she's talking to her oral surgeon son about, I have to see if I have money for dinner, we all know damn good and well dinner doesn't mean dinner. Period. And what a stupid fucking word to use. No, let me put this out there. I would never, ever, I don't believe in taking life. I brought life onto the planet. The other day I found a worm or some weird thing in my bathroom. I picked it up with a tissue and I put it outside. I did not murder it, okay? I have brought life into this world. The last thing I'm going to do is take another mother's child. Period. But if I was part of a scheme like this, I wouldn't be saying, I need to know if I have money for dinner. I might say something like, I need to see if I have money to travel to Europe, or I need to see if I have the money to pay cash for the car. Even rich people might not have enough money to pay cash for a car or have the money available, right? The fact that they use dinner is so stupid. It's like, they're so dumb.
Was it, can I ask you, is someone blackmailing you?
Well, it's going to be a possibility.
Do you think someone's trying to blackmail you?
Maybe.
Okay. If I'm on the phone with my son and I think someone's trying to blackmail me, I don't go, maybe. I go, yeah, this is fucking nuts. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And I use a lot of profanity. I talk really fast. Talk really loud, not quiet.
No. That's crazy. Is there, I don't know the blackmail before, but is there any way I can see you? You can't come up here at all?
It's going to be difficult if they don't finish the parent teacher need to about
Okay, now we didn't go over Charlie's trial. We didn't cover that here. But I watched parts of Charlie's trial. I watched his cross-examination. And his cover is that him and his family were being blackmailed. And so that's why you hear him dropping, oh, blackmail.
You want to talk to me on the phone?
But like, did she see the person, or was she like, you should have like...
Oh yeah, that's what I said. Someone's going to try to blackmail you.
This is Charlie and his girlfriend, the one whose baby daddy did it.
I knew you like that.
Oh, now she's being blackmailed?
I don't even know what this is about.
Okay, Charlie. Now it gets worse. Day 5, this is yesterday, this is what the jury got to sit and watch the whole day. Apparently this restaurant, I don't know where this restaurant is, but for some reason they have a camera here. And I find that to be weird. All right, so this is Charlie's conversation with the girlfriend at a restaurant after the taking of the life. So this poor jury has to sit through this with literally like the worst sound ever. Then they get back to this.
I told her, I mean, I explained to you, but really opposite, so either go one or two ways. Right. So, maybe one or two ways.
Yeah.
But that's
How you want it.
yeah.
Absolutely, because, yeah, fine, you can ask.
Unbelievably boring. I'm just like, this poor,
Oh, really?
poor jury. This is so bad. It's so boring. Oh my God, it's so boring. If we learn anything from this Adelson trial, I think we learn that if you're not a criminal, don't commit crime. All right, because these doctors and lawyers did a terrible job. At one point, Wendy, like right after Danny passes, Charlie throws a celebration dinner, which is so fucking tacky. And then at the dinner, Wendy barfs on her plate because of guilt. Clearly they did it. All right, so now let's talk about our boy, Young Thug. So yesterday I was preparing for trial and I get a bunch of texts and they're from my girl Tavonda. And she's like, yo, you got to see what's going on. So I guess Pee Wee Roscoe, Jimmy Winfrey, I guess he went to the internet. I'm not sure who went to the internet. There is a video that Tavonda had shared with me, and I think we talked about last year on my live during the Thug trial. And in it, Thug is being interrogated by the police. And in the interrogation, he mentions, hey, hippies, still welcome. So Thug's being interrogated by the police. In the interrogation, he tells the police that he thinks Pee Wee Roscoe, a.k.a. Jimmy Winfrey, sold weed to Lil Wayne. He knows damn well that didn't happen. But he says it. And then he also says something like to the police, like, I don't want to get in the way of your investigation or whatever. But he gives them some misinformation. Somebody found that clip. Somebody, is late to what Tavonda found over a year ago and got upset and said, oh, Thug, you're a snitch. Then Thug responds and says, no, I lied to them to protect my people. You're the snitch. Because when Pee Wee Roscoe was caught for the shooting of the bus, he snitched on Birdman. And in his interrogation, he said, yeah, Birdman paid me to do this, so on and so forth. I recently watched a little YouTube documentary about Birdman. And what I really want to know is, why isn't he in jail? This man stole from all of his artists. 100% of his artists he has stolen from. He paid Roscoe to go shoot up his own artist's bus, Wayne's. Wayne was still his artist. He was still holding on to Carter 6. He also publicly kissed Lil Wayne on the mouth when Lil Wayne was a minor on a fucking TV show. Birdman is the Dirty South version of Diddy. And I want to know why he hasn't been prosecuted. Particularly because if I recall, there were some tapes played in the Thug trial where people talked about how Birdman had paid for the bus shooting. see an issue with this. Am I alone? And then where is Birdman? Let's ask the guy with the internet. He's in New Orleans. Oh no, they don't have specific results. In that video, I learned that Birdman didn't even have a name until he was like 4. They just called him Baby. His mom didn't even name him. What is wrong with the music industry? What happens in the music industry? I already know what's wrong with the finance. You don't have to tell me about that. I already know that. I already know what's wrong with the government. I already know that. But what is with this music industry? And then why would Thug? This guy is on a 15-year probation. Okay. He's not allowed to do anything. He could barely pee without permission. So why is he responding to this? Why is he admitting that he lied to the popo? What the fuck are you doing? What is going on? Okay, let's see. Let's see over here. This is on, okay, Thugger Daily, our boy.
That's what you supposed to do. When you go in the interrogation room, that's what you do. He told you, man, we sell the Wayne Carter weed. What the fuck is wrong with you? You feel what I'm saying? No, a statement is this right here. Lineup selective. That's him. He did that. He didn't do that. He did what a taxpaying citizen do, a real street nigga. Kept it solid, kept it overly real, you feel what I'm saying? Really tried to pull me out the hole. So shit, I don't, you feel what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to the PR now, y'all don't remember when I was locked up now. Let me just show you how the PRs and the internet selective politics. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it real. When I was locked up and Jeff was locked up, we went viral when they was like, that's the type of friend you want. He was like, man, Roscoe ain't told y'all the damn thing. Yeah, that's the beauty there. That's the right thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like all those niggas, everybody is in the state room, in the interrogation room, and they gave statements. You know, we're gonna throw the paperwork party tomorrow.
Okay.
Politicking, man, Jeff.
Okay, so what I'm concerned about is not the stupid argument. I mean, this is the dumbest argument I've ever witnessed. I mean, literally, hands down, the most stupid thing I've ever. Like, who cares? All of that is behind you. You guys are a little late, right? Okay, so like now they're fighting. Stupid. I don't care. The issue is what can happen to Thug if Fonny's fucking office actually does their job. That's the issue. What can happen to him if Fonny's office actually does it? Now, we know they don't do their job because last week we saw them lose because they couldn't even file a continuance in time. Okay, so look, here is... Y'all stay off of Twitter. This is ridiculous. Like, why is Young Thug posting motions? Why is he doing anything? Okay, yeah, they didn't play it. Just... Do you think Brian called him and was like, shut the fuck up? Because that's what I would have done. I would have called my client and said, shut the actual fuck up. It is silly. It is so stupid. And on top of it being stupid and a waste of time, it could land him back in jail. Doug's on this level. Roscoe's on this level. When you're on this level, why do you care what this level's doing? Who gives a shit? Keep. They don't even live in the same block anymore. I mean, come on, y'all. Ugh. Oh no, so stupid. But it's got the internet on fire, of course, so. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you, and I hope you have an awesome 3-day weekend. Hopefully you have a 3-day weekend, and I hope it's awesome, and I'll see you next week.